questions to be answered in Seattle. Can Eli Tomac overcome the 3-point deficit he's given up to Cooper Webb in the championship hunt? Can Jay Sexton use the anger of getting docked 7 points in Detroit to get him back onto the top of the box again tonight? And how pissed off is Chase Sexton after getting docked 7 points in a victorious effort in Detroit? Can Bam Bam keep up the crazy pressure of the last few rounds? And is Aaron Plessinger ready for redemption? All of these questions are about to be answered as the gate's about to drop in Seattle. It's Supercross coverage on the Big49.com.
And here we go, gentlemen. It is time to get our Supercross on. Are you ready? We got no Bookie Kyle today. He is off talking to the DA, trying to get Stretch in trouble, I saw.
Oh, great.
Yeah, him and Moto. They're trying to overthrow Stretch. I've been talking about that.
I'm having some R jerky right now.
Nice. I just heard Dan Hubbard talking about R jerky.
The rules I was coming back all positive vibes for him, too.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to.
Well, the rules are you're not supposed to eat. You're not supposed to eat while you're talking on the radio. It's not good to eat while you're talking on the radio, and so
I'm not so you should shut the F up.
I'm not
about
eat while
5
I'm talking
minutes
on the radio because this is R jerky's amazing stuff. By the way, I want to
Stretch. If you could see this, it's like straight off the cow right now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Big slab. You know what? That's
it's like a big
very
slab
tender.
R jerky he's got.
Yeah.
Whereas beef jerky is like hard and pulling. That stuff's very tender.
RJ sent him a package that's like 10 packs all together.
Nice.
Wow.
In one slab for him, just for Moto.
Wow.
I still like the spicy.
That was so good.
Which one are you eating?
I'm having a teriyaki.
He knows he likes eating meat stuff like that.
Yeah.
Eat our meat.
I think Jason just did a dick joke.
Yeah, I think he did.
I think so.
I think he did in your direction.
I'm gonna go to my book of dick jokes here.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that is a dick joke approved by Stretch. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Yeah.
Jason.
Throw it out there.
I think yep, that is and in the book of dick joke, that's like dick joke number 563.5.
Isn't Stretch on the cover of that?
Yeah.
Moto got
he is the dick. He's the dick in the dick joke.
Moto got the tube steak smothered in underwear flavor. I could do this all day. Hey, let's look at some of the things that are interesting today.
Thank you to our friends at R Jerky.
R jerky.
By the way.
Yeah, shout out to R Jerky.
Can't go wrong with those guys.
By the way, Jason, I was watching on social media today. You guys had the demo rides with Indian today, and I noticed you had hot dogs.
Grilling the hot dogs, bro. It's all, you know how it is, bro. Just about riding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come ride.
A lot of people out there.
Hang
Beautiful
out.
day today.
That was good. Had a good time. We had the Gold Angels there. Have you ever heard of those guys?
The Gold Angels.
The Gold
Not
Angels.
the Blue Angels?
I've heard of the Blue Angels.
Yeah, these are the Gold Angels.
Gold Angels.
So these guys, some old timers.
Okay.
They ride Gold Wings.
Okay.
But they do, they do like the figure eights, and they're like dragging engine guards, and
Nice.
Like, it's actually pretty cool.
Nice. So they do like a little, I would say, like almost like a stunt show type thing.
Right.
With Gold Wings.
Right.
Wow.
And that's a big bike, man. If you think about
That
it,
is
like
a big
moving
bike
that thing
to be
around,
doing
like,
stunts on.
That's a large bike to be doing stunts on.
Yep.
Wow. Congratulations to them.
That's not like Twitch, like standing up doing burnouts or nothing.
No.
You know?
No.
But
Hey,
that's pretty cool.
When you're manhandling a 2,000-pound motorcycle, you got
Like
some,
a Volkswagen.
Yeah, you got some serious chops. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Wow.
That's some decent chops right
And
there.
then, we have the IMR
Yep.
riding group. So
Yep.
Indian Motorcycle Redlands is a riding group that, is like,
Okay.
they do rides every month
Okay.
out of somewhere. Sometimes they're like, actually, they're heading to Slash X here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So-
I've heard the legend of Slash X. I've never been there. I've never really known anyone that's known exactly how to get there.
Yeah.
How do you get to Slash X? It's apparently in the
I don't know
middle
what
of the
back road-
freaking
What's
desert.
the back road? I don't know what road that is, but
If I'm not
Back
mistaken, it is.
there's a pavement road that gets you there. But
It's
there's
a
a-
pavement road that then turns to dirt, from what I understand, like way out in the middle of nowhere, out past Barstow.
I was
It's
going
like-
to say, that's like...
or before Barstow. I'm sorry, out past Victorville.
That's off the 58, isn't
Stoddard,
it?
I thought it was off Stoddard Wells Road. You take that and it goes way out.
You can do that off road
Okay.
and go. It's about probably a 40-mile road.
Damn.
And you can go a bunch of different ways. But if you follow the power line roads in, you'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Now, is that off the 58 out there, or is that off
is it the 58? Because that goes the backside of Arrowhead somewhere.
Well, the 138 comes on the backside of Arrowhead. And then if you go a little further out, then you've got a lot of really small little roads. And I think it's the 58 can take you to Bakersfield.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Like Lucerne.
Yes.
Like, and there's a road that just goes out.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's 58.
58?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to do it, though. It sounds like a fun time to go out there, get a burger, a beer, and come back.
It's a cool scene, man. You roll up, and all there is side-by-sides and dirt bikes and little kids.
Yeah.
And they're
that's
just,
cool.
They just rode all the way out there.
Yep.
It's a big off-road scene. These guys in the Indian route, they're going to take the street route and just go eat lunch.
Oh, okay.
But it's cool, man. You go there, and it's like a triple burger. Like, they call it a three-wheeler.
Ooh.
I'm down with three-wheeler.
Or do you want a dirt bike? Burger.
I
you know
want
what
a
I mean?
quad.
Nice.
They got a quad?
They got a quad.
I'll have the quad. Yeah, that's good right there.
You know what I mean?
That would be sweet.
I mean, dude,
we got to do that ride out there sometime.
It sounds fun. Yeah. And it's just a mellow ride. You're just out there, rolling. It's not like you're taking insane terrain to get there. It's a very, low-level beginner could get out there.
Oh no, it's whooped out to the hill.
It's whooped out. On the off-road side, it's pretty whooped out.
150-foot gap
but
jumps.
you can go to the street.
Yeah.
No, desert for the most part.
Yeah.
There's some rocks, but and then you get in those, hilly sections, and it's good riding.
Yeah, it's great riding.
It's fun.
And good on a street bike too, man. You can go up through Arrowhead and dip down there.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
I would much rather do it on the dirt. I just think that's like earning your lunch right there.
For sure.
It's like I want to say it's almost 60 miles out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's way out.
30 out, 30 in or something like that.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Gotta have some extra gas.
I took my kids out there one day, all the way from that road.
Okay.
Did they ride, or were they riding with you?
No, they rode.
Nice.
And I think my
Your kids
young
can
one,
ride though. Your kids can ride. I mean, your kids came over to the radio station that day and were just riding around the parking lot that day.
Yeah.
And
I think he was probably 5.
Okay.
And they did that whole 60 miles, bro.
Yeah.
My kids were winded, bro. Winded by the time they got there.
of course,
It was a little far for them, bro. One of them was on a 50. Sorry.
Hey, do it on a 50. Hang on a 50. I mean, that's that.
You know what I mean?
That's some skills right
so
there.
I give it to him, bro.
Nice.
He made it.
Nice. I like that.
This is like putting them in young.
I like the fact that Jason says you're not going to eat unless you make it.
And it was the best burger. The best damn burger.
I think it's so good because you've ridden so hard to get
Unless
out
you
there.
make
You're like,
it.
damn, that's the most delicious burger
And then
ever.
we got to turn around and go back to
Now
the
we
truck.
gotta go back.
We got to go back to the truck.
Wow.
Another 30 miles.
Hey, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
On
That's awesome.
Storylines today, we got Justin Barsha celebrating his 33rd birthday today.
Nice.
You got Cole
Dirk Diggler
Seeley.
is
Cole
30.
Seeley.
Cole Seeley
Cole
back after
Seeley.
4 years off. He's back as a
Wow.
fill-in rider, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy.
I actually have a Cole Seeley
Okay.
lookalike that works at the shop.
Well, you
Do
know what's
you?
weird? Cole
Awesome.
Seeley was a factory
nice.
Honda dude for a long time. He's a legit-ass rider. He's another dude, by the way, been retired for 4 years, and he's the same age that Barsha turned today.
Okay.
So that's interesting. No big wipeouts, but also no one rode at Media Day because of rain and fears of screwing up the track.
They uncovered the track today at noon. I watched them uncover it. I
was
did watch
beautiful.
that footage, and it was amazing because they were getting really just doused. Like we've been getting these atmospheric storms coming in. These just,
Atmospheric enema. Yeah.
they're just huge, and they've been coming in pretty hard around the West Coast. The whole West Coast of the United States have been coming just really hard with a lot of water. And so when they took off the covers off the track, they said the track was just perfect underneath
It
all
looks
of the tarps.
perfect. In fact, as I was watching, because I delayed watching the qualifying, what I'll do is, because they don't put the replay up immediately, I'll start it and then I'll just put pause and walk out, and then I'll come back a couple hours later and watch it. So I just finished watching the qualifying sessions, and it's crazy that they thought initially it was going to be not raced on today, maybe even canceled if it got bad, and then here you are. It's beautiful, and it's already getting ruddy, and it's a lot like the last couple of weeks we've seen, which is something you don't normally see on a West Coast track.
Well,
ruddy and soft.
Barsha and Eli both trained this week in mud just to get prepared for this week.
Which was a great idea, and they should have.
Yeah.
I think maybe there was a little backlash on last time that they canceled the race that it was raining.
Yep.
It was probably raining a little harder, but
Well, I was going to say Oakland was getting really just completely torqued.
The problem in Oakland,
bad.
it wasn't that
was
it wasn't
flooding.
that they couldn't race on it. They couldn't build the track. They never
Yeah.
got weather clean enough to dump the dirt and start building
start
the track.
forming it, right.
I
Yeah,
thought
it
they
was
had the
soup.
track formed, though.
They had some
wanna say
dirt
they
in,
did
but
too.
it was just soup, and they
Yeah.
could never build it.
Okay. Got it. Because I'd heard that they'd had some stuff in there already, and then all of a sudden it just came in, and they said it was just getting really soft and really
we had
soupy.
to talk to the track dudes or talk to Brennan or something about that.
Yeah, at that same time, they had the dirt already in at San Diego, and then when they canceled Oakland, they didn't want to cancel 2 weeks in a row. They went and took all the dirt they had already put in at San Diego, took it out, brought in all new dirt, and then had to rush to build that track in the last couple days because it was, they were behind schedule with the dirt gets there early.
We need Sean Brennan's number just like you have Gary's.
I actually do have Sean's number.
You know what I mean? Just to ask him questions like this.
Sean's delayed on answering us, though. We're low on the priority list.
For sure.
We're very low on Sean's priority list, but you are correct.
For later. This is a good
I've reached out to him in the past on certain things, but one of the things I was curious on is I wish we had one of the guys at Dirtworks. I wish we had them on the phone because they put cement in the dirt in California when they were racing here to harden the dirt. I wonder how much cement they put in the dirt up in Seattle. I really do. I wonder how much cement.
You think they did?
Oh, I
People bitched about that because it's hard to get off of your bike, and if, like you say, you don't want to power wash your bike unless you're a factory guy that's going to rebuild it every race.
Yeah,
a privateer can't power wash their bike.
Remember when we did the track walk?
Yes,
and we were going through the whoops, and we saw like broken 4-inch, 5-inch
bolts.
Yeah. No, the PVC pipe.
Oh, the PVC pipes. I also saw bolts. I actually found like a full-on.
Well, I think someone lost that one.
Bolt. I found a bolt. I walked through it and I went,
like a motor mount bolt?
No, it was like a bolt, like a big, mean.
I think it was like an engine bolt.
Really?
Like a bulldozer or something?
Like a motor mount.
It was a bolt.
Like a motor mount.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I picked it up.
Maybe linkage, but.
I picked it up and I said, here, you may want to give this or take this off the track. This could be dangerous.
But you remember that PVC? I wonder, do they run that on purpose just for
drainage?
Right?
Drainage, because, so before they lay the track down, there's a few things that happen there before they lay the track down, and it's kind of cool that we're talking about this.
Even though it was broken, but it was like,
Well, they do some drainage. They have to do some drainage in there. But the other thing that they do in there that's kind of cool is they run all of those PVC pipes. They put gas lines through there, natural gas lines. So when we're watching the beginning of the race and we see, monster and the big boom, the fire goes up and all that gas is coming from propane tanks on the side of the track that they bring in and they funnel all of these lines to all of these
by
different
Hank Hill.
jets.
Yeah, Hank Hill buys all the propane.
It's all these jets that kind of shoot up the sky.
The Hankster, huh?
And then they run that next to the plywood that's at the base of the actual baseball or football field.
So then that plywood just goes out all the way to the side, right?
All the way to the side. The plywood goes all the way to the side. Then they come in and put the dirt on top of the plywood. And then they build the track on top of that plywood. So ultimately, when they take the whole track out, when they bring the dozers in, cut everything out, it really doesn't mar the field up that bad. I mean, yes, the grass is dead, but they don't mar the actual compaction of the field up.
Yeah, the plywood just kills it. It's the no sun that kills it.
Yeah, but it's the baseball field is still there. The football field is still there.
So something it seems like we haven't been looking at or seeing is the nets.
Yeah.
It's like they've taken a lot of those nets away.
The catch nets for the like
keeping the bike from going in the crowd.
Some of those nets though were also like the baseball net, the kicker's net for the field goals on football. Right. On either side of the because they usually have a net at either side of the goal. On a football field, they'll have a net going up on either side.
But it's a line of sight obstacle if you're sitting in the crowds trying to watch the race.
Yeah.
It is.
And then in baseball, obviously, they put nets up now on the first base and third base side because they don't want foul balls hitting people in the face. Because they got sued a couple times for that. Not a couple times. It's been quite a few times, apparently.
Yeah, if you sit on the third baseline, you could catch more balls to the face than Linda Lovelace.
I want to say that that was probably 2 years ago. It made it into the news. It was kind of a big deal. A little kid, like a 3-year-old, took a line drive right to the head, and I think it killed the kid.
Right.
And that was like
I do remember that.
That was a big deal. And so Major League Baseball has been really big about putting those nets up. So I don't know if they take them down for baseball or not, if they take them down or leave them up. In years past, they've left them up because I remember A1 and A2 seeing the first base and the third base, catch nets still up, and we would think like for Supercross, like what if a bike shoots up into the crowd or something like that? The likelihood of a motorcycle making it over the dugout into the first 5 rows, very, very slim. Very slim. Yeah. Now, what will be interesting to see is what they do at the Coliseum, because times have changed since they've had the last race at the Coliseum. The last race they have at the Coliseum was in 1992, 93.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've done some X Games stuff there since, but not any actual
and
Supercross.
They used to, obviously they take dirt and they run up the turnstile and jump down the turnstile. They actually leave the arena.
Hit the little bumps or double at the bottom or something and turn.
And they leave the arena, and then they come out, they do a berm on the outside, and then they come back in and then jump down the center turnstile back down the track, down
That's
the
why
steps.
I was talking about your driveway on the way in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Something like that.
I mean,
I was telling Moto Stretch that if this was, because he's cleaned his driveway.
Yeah.
He got the Bobcat out.
Yeah, the radio station parking lot's all clean.
He took the Sanford and Son stuff away?
Yeah.
Yes, the old busted car that used to sit at the edge is all gone now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pushed over the edge.
And the junk that was sitting on the side is all gone now. I worked my ass off today.
Is Grady still there? Or did you throw him out too?
I didn't throw out Grady. But Lamont said that everything's on sale right on the street.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow.
So I was explaining to Moto how you can make berms around all these corners.
Yep.
Everywhere around his driveway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You mean you could go, so you could build berms all the way to the mailbox?
All the way to the mailbox.
All the way to the mailbox.
Moto, we need to do that.
And all the way down the ridge, really.
Yeah.
We need to
It'd be great. That's all we need out here in the valley is just, a bunch of people just cruising dirt bikes around the radio station.
And then plus the Goonies Trail. You could probably literally do
now,
like
a
mile.
Trail, by the way,
you could probably do a mile berm.
The Goonies Trail
the whole way.
is pretty badass right now, I have to say. It's really cool.
Wow.
I did take a little bit of a timeout and took a quick rip on the Goonies Trail.
Right.
It's pretty badass right now because the rain rutted out a bunch more stuff.
Yeah.
And so you have to make another trail that goes around some of the spots of the trails.
I made those trails over here, me and Kyle.
Yep.
Tried to step up over and then it's gone. You can't even see
Bookie Kyle?
Yep.
Bookie Kyle. I don't even know where he is.
Okay, so here's what happened.
He's out.
Here's what I'm worried about today. Okay. Yesterday he came to the radio station and he did the afternoon show.
Yeah.
With me, and we talked about his possession because I think the evil spirit has chosen Kyle.
Yeah.
I think it has chosen him. And
Hold on. Before you tell the story, let me tell you what an expert told me this week that I haven't told you numbnuts yet.
Well, I told him I'd open the box. I'm like,
no. This is what the expert told me. The expert told me it's not probably out of the box. It's stirring and it's trying to get out of the box because we're showing it attention and we're talking about it. We're giving it power by acknowledging it. So let's just know right now this is because of all of the attention we've been giving it. So go ahead.
It's stirring.
So I shouldn't tell you about the ducks again.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell us, but just know you're stirring the pot.
Okay.
I don't want to be stirring the pot, even though I talked to Kyle a little bit about it yesterday, and I said, "Listen,
I can't make this shit up." So
I don't know the rules.
We're all doomed. That's what the rules are. We're doomed.
I don't know the rules whether or not when an evil spirit chooses you.
Oh, it's chosen Kyle, but it was in Kyle's truck.
How do you handle that?
He fixed his truck though. It wasn't
but how do you handle it? How do you deal with the evil spirit?
You get an expert person to put it back in the box and seal that bastard.
Okay.
Here's what I would have done. If it was set on the truck, I would have stopped it right there.
Okay. Yeah.
This is on my truck. Why is it on my truck?
Yeah, it's a binding spell. Yeah, you would have been like, get that off my truck right now and put it somewhere else.
So, anyway, I was talking to him about it yesterday, and I said, listen, I don't know what the deal is. And then all of a sudden, he texts back this morning, and he's like, hey, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be at the radio station today.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's bad.
What happened to him?
That's really,
I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I don't know if the evil spirit got him. I don't know if him and the evil spirit have had a conversation.
God. This is bad?
Yeah.
This is all bad?
I just don't know. And so I wanted to have this conversation with you guys on the air today, talking about it a little bit, just saying, hey, listen, if something bad has actually happened, what are we gonna do? The last remaining, the three amigos, the guys left on the island of Big 49 Radio.
I
we're
told
gonna
Kyle,
get
I said, I'll open the box, but I said you got to be there.
I agree. Like, well, here's
Kyle has to be there for that.
I'm going to tell you guys a plan.
He didn't like that.
Here's a plan.
That's what I'm worried about, though. I don't know if when the evil spirit gets released, and does it go? Because I know it's bonded to Kyle, but does all of a sudden it's like a yin and a yang thing, where Kyle's got this good energy, the evil spirit's got the bad energy, and it creates one?
It's not like that. No, here's what I know a lot about this crap. Here's what I know. This is a badass spirit. It can attach to anyone it chooses to attach to if it's out of the box. If it attaches to you, bad crap's gonna happen. Bad crap's going to happen. Okay. You might have nightmares. You might not be able to sleep. You might get sick. You could get diseased. You might have bad luck. Your car may explode. Plumbing may explode. A lot of bad crap can happen if this thing gets out of the box. However, what we're learning about it stirring right now is it needs to be rebound back to that box, and I haven't been able to find anyone able to do that yet because they don't want to mess with my witch who did it originally's work because they don't know if she was a good witch or a bad witch, and she's now dead.
How did you meet this?
My neighbor. I was talking about it to my neighbor. I'm like, yeah, we were talking about ghost because I worked at a place that had ghost and demon and bad crap happening, and I was like, man, where I work is really haunted. And she was like, oh, I used to have a ghost that followed me around. And I was like, what did you do? And then she's the one that found that lady. I found the lady through her. The lady didn't speak English. Now the lady's dead. This was 6 years ago. It's been in the box. Now the lady's dead and it's stirring, and I don't know how to reseal the box. So that's where we are.
So this week I had the ducks come back. I'm just going to
I thought they were dead. I thought they got ran over.
That's the thing. Another male. So it was either that male came back and the female. They both came back.
Okay.
Right? They both come back.
All right.
So I don't know if it was the same male. I can't tell. I do have pictures. If we wanted to dig into it,
I have ducks.
I have pictures of both days.
There's all this like negative energy floating
around
right now.
So I didn't look at this. Let me get into this, bro. So here's the negative, dude. Okay.
Okay.
So I go, oh, I take Stretch's I go against Stretch's word. Don't feed the duck.
Don't feed the duck.
Don't feed the duck.
So what do? I'm like,
you fed the duck.
I'm gonna go try and feed the duck.
Did you give the duck our jerky?
I didn't give him our jerky.
Okay.
Some bread.
Just grab some bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I walk out. I'm gonna grab my bike. It's in the backyard.
Got it.
So I go throw some, and they walk away from me, and then they turn around, start to walk towards me, and then one goes, and they bolt out. But then here's the negative, dude. I look back, and my 3-year-old is sitting there eating breakfast, enjoying
the bread,
enjoying
the ducks.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
They're talking to your kid.
So the kid's like having like a duck whispering
moment. And she looks at me and she puts her arms up and is like, the ducks. Like they just flew away.
What'd you do to the ducks?
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
And so here's the negativeness I get going. I can't make this shit up, though,
Okay. Is the kid mad at you now?
Oh, no, she was pissed. I left. I didn't get no hugs.
Of course she's mad because she was having a duck whispering moment and you ran him off. You killed it,
bro.
Wow.
And I don't know who the dead duck was ever. I don't even know who the dead was.
I think that was a marker. I think the dead duck, and this is just my personal opinion, okay? Because I'm not a professional.
Okay.
I don't pretend to be, but I may play one on TV. So, my personal opinion is that the dead duck was a marker of the evil spirit that's following Kyle around,
right.
And it's just letting you know.
Following us all around right now.
Letting you know, hey, I'm in your life. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And if you continue to mess with me, my evil spirit, more bad stuff will happen. See the duck? See the duck? See what's going on? Bad stuff can happen. That's what worries me about all of this. You see, I had plumbing problems around the radio station. As soon as Stretch brought that demon box to the radio station, both sewers at the radio station backed up.
Yeah.
Okay, both.
That was
pissed off my 3-year-old,
Kyle's fault for messing with it.
She had her hands up like, Dad, what did you just do?
Yeah. Well, she
duck.
was trying to be. See, little kids have this like sixth sense about they can be animal whisperers. They can like talk to the animals and look at the animals.
And here's what happened. That duck, when Jason walked out of the house,
then I had
that
to drive
dark
to work
spirit.
right then. I'm like, you idiot.
That dark spirit walked out of the house with
ducks,
Jason. It's following you around. They didn't run from you, Jason. It ran from the bad spirit that's probably following you around. That's following all of us around right now.
Oh man.
That's what happened. It was the spirit that scared it. It wasn't you.
So I drove to work. I drove to work that morning going, what did I do, bro?
Oh,
What did I do?
Yeah.
So I call my wife and I'm like,
Came to the radio station is what you did.
I'm like, look, is Brooklyn mad at me or what? Like,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
And she was all right at that time. I talked to her on the phone, made things better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Literally, the Ducks came back this morning, hung out all day long.
Oh, and she
Really?
was in heaven.
In heaven.
That's because the Spirit jumped off to Kyle.
And
Now look, Kyle's not here.
and I was just talking to my wife on the way over, and she goes, yeah, the Ducks are gone.
I'm worried.
Wow.
I'm worried. So I made
Just
friends.
left. But they hung out there all day.
I made friends with some of the policemen here in the valley. Officer Nick, who loves
arrest you.
Well, no, he's the guy that I told you guys the story a couple weeks ago where there was a guy that literally had tried to park his truck in the parking lot of the radio station.
Yeah, he tried to go up there and do illegal dumping.
Tried to do illegal dumping at the radio station and all this other stuff, right? So the cops came out, and I had to call the police, and Officer Nick came out in the valley here, and he busted the guy and literally took care of it, right? Well, then we became kind of like email friends back and forth, and now Officer Nick and I kind of talk from time to time.
Yeah.
Because he loves the radio station. He genuinely likes what
Rock on. Shout out Officer Nick.
Yeah, he loves the music. He loves what we're doing. He loves everything about the radio station. So, moral of the story is I talked to Officer Nick about some of the stuff going on around
You didn't tell him there's a demon there, did you?
No, I didn't. But I'm
I
worried.
think you're crazy. People think you're crazy when you tell them you know a
I'm
demon.
worried. If I reach out to Officer Nick and go, hey, listen, Kyle's missing, and
Can you run a...
It's not funny.
Yeah,
Can they run us something?
Can you run an APB on him or something? I mean,
This is not funny.
Can you ping Kyle?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Do we?
Stop talking about this.
Okay, all right.
Stop talking about this. Here's something interesting
I'm a
news.
little worried. That's all.
Here's some interesting news.
We'll see if he'll text us, get his picks.
You guys realize this is the
concerned.
last Supercross race for 2 weeks. We will not race again until Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
So we're going to have on April Fool's Day, which is next weekend. It's no April Fool's joke. There is no Supercross. We are going to break, and we're going to come back at Glendale, Arizona for a Triple Crown event the next time we race after today. Today is Seattle. Then we're going to Glendale, which, if you don't know, is really Phoenix. And that's where it is on April the 8th. And we're doing a doubleheader that day. That's the day we do the two-stroke nationals at Glen Helen, and then we come back and do the night show, which will be Glendale Supercross.
Yep.
How far is Glendale? 5 hours? We should just go.
from
we should go to 2 strokes in the morning.
From Los
and
Angeles,
just go.
From Los Angeles,
We'd have to fly.
to AZ.
And we'll call Andy and
We'd
tell
have
him
to
we're
fly.
coming.
We'd
We'd
have to fly.
And we still probably wouldn't make it because we'd have to get
Sky Harbor is not that far from where the stadium is. I know where the stadium
not
is,
at
and I
all.
know where
And
Sky
then we
Harbor
got to
is.
go through TSA with your backpack.
Yeah, but we also have to go through.
It's not
to
ticking, though, so we're good
Ontario.
there.
We'd have to fly out of Ontario if we were all at Glen Helen.
Yeah, we'd have to fly out of Ontario.
That's okay.
From Glen
Ontario
Helen. So we'd
to
have to
Phoenix.
Pretty quick.
So Glen Helen to Ontario, that's about, I'd say, 35, 40-minute drive.
Andy will pick us up.
And then we'd have to literally land in Sky Harbor and then take Uber.
Which is about another 20, 25, 30 minutes. It's not far
take
at
an
all.
Uber over to Glendale
Yeah.
to do the live broadcast from Glendale.
We could probably make it happen.
Wow. Jason's really on this. He wants us to be broadcasting
Problem
live.
is, we'd miss the
not that far
entire
away.
reason for going, which is to set up and have the parking lot party and have the tent and all that stuff. That's the real
we
awesomeness of
ship out the
broadcasting
tent
from
with
Supercross.
Andy. We ship everything out with
Well,
Andy.
I knew Andy was going to do it.
Yeah.
It's the party there in the parking lot that really is the lure for us to go to these.
We
events.
just show up a little late.
Show up a little late.
But then everybody's inside already when we.
Daughter and father sitting in there, and this girl pipes up, bro, talking about how, well, he said, this is what he said. Talking about how he went around that corner and started to stand up. He wasn't standing up the whole time. And,
Well, that was a lapper. The reason he stood up is
because
a
of the
lapper
lapper, and
got
that's
on
what
the
she
inside
said
rut.
next.
Yeah.
16-year-old girl, dude. She rips, dude, on the, ripping around the track, and
Okay.
it's cool to see people talk about that.
it's
huge news. It's huge news in the motocross world right now. That is a huge story. You know,
that's exactly what she said.
Everyone's bummed. No one's going, I'm glad that happened. Because they would, if it was Kenny Roczen, somebody would have been out there, like Moto Man would have been going, that's what he gets for not liking me. But no one's saying that crap that it's freaking Aaron Plessinger.
I wouldn't even really say that about one Mr. Kenny Roczen if he would have taken a digger and held it nose to nose, because it just sucks to see that for,
you would have
for
said
any
it.
of these drivers.
I said it. He didn't interview with us. We said all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't interview with us, and the fact is that he didn't.
Kyle screwed it up.
He didn't interview with us, and the fact that when you don't interview with the Big 49 and you snub us and you tell us
that's what happened.
Talk to the hand,
right?
I think that there is some bad juju when you snub the Big 49.
That's what happened on that one.
I really do. I honestly believe that. I think that there is some seriously negative juju when you snub the Big 49.
But everybody in the background was clapping.
Little
golf clap.
Yeah, little golf clap
in the background.
But then when you watch what he did to us that day, to you in particular, Jason, because I remember telling you that day, go grab Kenny and see if he can do an interview with us. And you walked over and you said, hey, can you do an interview with us? And he looked at you and gave you the excuse, like, I can't.
He started saying something about Honda.
I'm so busy. I'm so this. I'm so that. And I said,
but he had a plate of food right then, and I asked him nicely. I said, hey, well, maybe
chicken and waffles.
I said,
by the
when
way,
you get
just
done,
FYI
maybe
for the record.
Yeah.
I had some of that too. I remember that buffet.
Thanks, Stretch.
Yeah. You can't talk food.
But I think I asked him. I said, hey, maybe when you get done,
maybe
if you don't mind coming by it.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Everybody else rolled by and hung out with us.
Except for Eli. Eli had like a teleporter. Eli was there, and then all of a sudden, the second they said it was time to start talking to people, he vanished.
Gone.
He was gone. Douche. What happened to Eli?
They were checking the track. They were sitting over there.
I honestly think, though, and this is
Barsha did the same thing.
Barsha and Eli were vaporized.
My honest opinion about Eli Tomac at those types of events, when he is at those events, that's not really the real Eli Tomac. That's like a Saddam Hussein body double. They don't
they have someone else.
They don't let the real Eli Tomac out.
Well, you know who else vanished is Anderson. Anderson also vanishes.
So Mosman hops up there or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Josh Mosman.
I'm just saying that you've seen the video for the real Slim Shady, right? For Eminem.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Which
that
one
there
is
is. I'm thinking there is a multiple. Like Star Yamaha, part of the Eli Tomac deal was they've got 5 or 6 Eli Tomacs that go around the country with the real Eli Tomac, and with the real Eli Tomac, please stand up. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
I'm just saying.
By the way, want to hear more to add more salt to the wound of Aaron Plessinger for last week's crash?
Oh, that I don't want any more salt in that wound.
I have more salt in that wound. He turned in the last 7 laps of that of the race before he crashed.
Fastest lap times ever.
The 5 fastest lap times of the day. So he was getting faster and faster and faster and faster. He was blowing everyone away.
And
then he crashed.
It looked like it.
I know. And then he crashed. It was like, oh, God. You know what's funny?
That's
Chase
devastating.
Sexton,
bro.
That's devastating.
In the press conference, Chase Sexton was it was so perfect the way he talked about it, because he said, this happens to me all the time. And it's true. How many times have we seen Chase get out front, look like he's got it, and then fall down?
Oh, dude.
So many times. And Chase felt so related to it so much.
In all fairness to Chase Sexton, because I really want to give a shout out to him as a human being. Yeah. He mentioned AP in the press conference and how bummed he was for AP.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
He's a good dude.
Chase is a good dude, but everyone was bummed for freaking AP.
And
everyone.
Afterwards, I saw just that, like some closer up pictures and footage of that rut.
Oh, it's huge.
Dude. Did you see how?
But it had grown.
Did you see
the 250 guys? The 250 guys said the rut was nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't that big at that.
Wasn't
that
big a deal for them. They were like, it was a little rut. We saw it there, but it was no big deal. And by the time the 450 guys,
by the time that was in, you could see there was a nice kicker in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the track was in transition. I mean, that's one of the problems with these motocross tracks that they make in these stadiums is they don't compact them. They're not hardened in a way that you would typically have for instance, you go out in the hills and you ride. And that jump or that lip that you're constantly riding on, it stays pretty consistent because it's had time. It's had years and it's had compaction and it's had, all this stuff has gone on to keep it together. those tracks are put together one day and taken down the next. So the transitional element of them, like those ruts, are constantly changing. When we saw the ruts last week, where you saw looked like a big demon scratch right into the back of the
something
jump.
that could swallow Ricky Carmichael whole.
It was like, whoa, those are deep ruts. And when you get into a rut that deep, you can catch a peg really easy on that. You can catch
kind
a
of the
boot on
way
that.
it was looking up here tonight.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be ready tonight.
It's going to be ready.
This dirt is, and I
that-
saw the
that
guys
clumpy,
on the
you know,
walk
big,
talking
like-
it was soft. Yeah.
It's soft. So it'll be interesting to see what they do up in Seattle tonight to make it through this.
There's some big cross up.
It's soft and a little ruddy, but not
sideways
quite
on,
Indy ruddy.
I wonder how much dirt works is going to be on that track.
in the
Fixing.
instead of the 50 show.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in the intermission areas, how much are they going to be really working on it, especially when they normally do? By the way, I did not get, speaking of KTM 50s, I didn't get anything from our KTM guy this week.
They're not racing again till the next race in Arizona. There are no KTMs today.
Got it.
So
Okay,
2
so
weeks in a row with no
that
KTM.
that explains why
budgeting this better.
That explains why I
I'm
didn't get
keeping
an
tabs
email
on
from
this
them.
crap because it's starting to affect my cash flow. That's my side hustle, and they're screwing me at this point.
I agree.
Get
so
Feld on the
let's
phone.
jump out into a song real quick. We will come back after, I don't know, a couple songs.
All right, cool.
It's Big 49.
The Big 49
Moto
Minute brought to you by LBZ.